Hello once again, my dear friends. Welcome to our Miami Hurricanes Camp Report as we come to you from the Carroll Sofer Indoor Practice Facility. Joe Zagacki with my broadcast partner, Don Bailey Jr., Charlie Strong, and Corey Flagg will be on our show today, so we'll talk about linebackers. I did want to jump into this subject with you. We're seeing a lot of player development out on the practice field under Coach Cristobal. That's part of his blueprint. And you know, at Oregon, he had 37 all-conference players. That's been a struggle for Miami. I suspect in the future we'll see that number grow.
I think he wants to double that number, right? I think Coach Cristobal wants everybody to be an all-conference player, but what he accomplished out at Oregon with that statistic is amazing, but it also leads to wins.
Corey Flagg could be an all-conference player today. He's getting great coaching from Charlie Strong. He's been making a lot of plays.
That he has, Joe, and you got to remember that young man led this team in tackles last year. He's transformed his body, has lowered his body fat, increased his strength, is running sideline to sideline, and he's had one heck of a camp.
Okay, Don Bailey Jr. goes one-on-one with Charlie Strong coming up next.
We're joined with co-defensive coordinator and linebacker coach Charlie Strong inside the indoor practice facility on the campus of the University of Miami. And Coach, been grinding through some camp. How's it going so far?
You know what, Don, it's going really well. The guys are working very hard. You just like the energy and the enthusiasm. And they come out here each and every day. And I don't know if there's been many days that we've had to really push them, but they have just been working and doing everything we have asked of them.
Coach, everybody wants to talk about the freshmen. If you've been here 3, 4, 5, and 6 years, it's like your old news. Wesley Basaint out of Central High School in Miami. He was able to be here in the spring, so you were able to get him then. But how's he adapting to college football, and what do you expect out of him?
Well, more than anything for Wesley, just coming in the spring has been really good for him. And then because he had a chance to learn the defense. And now that he's here, now we started fall camp, we can place him in different positions because he understands what's going on. For the kicking game, he's involved in the kicking game. Then he's involved with our defense. He can play up on the line of scrimmage. He can play off the ball. But he has very good awareness, and he's going to be someone that is going to continue to develop and is going to be able to help us.
Corey Flagg was last year's leading tackler on the Miami defense. He's back, has been healthy. It looks like he's had a good camp and is moving around extremely well.
Of all the backers, I would say that Corey's had the best camp. And the thing, he is a student of the game, is always studying and always want to meet. And he come in our meetings, Coach, do you have a few minutes for me? And that's what I really like about him, because he has put so much time into it. And then when he gets on the field, it's just that he plays because he has an idea of what's going on. That's the thing at linebacker. If you're able to just read your keys and play with good technique and good fundamentals, then you have a chance. And that's what Corey's been able to do because he has just studied it so much.
Historically, leaders come out of that linebacker room. Does Corey have that leadership ability?
Well, you like for them to be a little more vocal, and I think that with Corey, he's growing into it. He's not there yet, and I think he'll get there by the time we start the season here in a few weeks. But he's someone that he's talkative, but it's more of when you ask someone to really line up the defense and have a good leadership skill, you got to have that confidence. And I think that the more his confidence grows, then he's going to become that leader.
Coach, share with us the importance of the defensive line being tied with the linebackers or vice versa. If you've got a great defense line, you're usually going to have some pretty good linebackers as well.
Well, when you look at most defenses, either you're going to build them from the front back or you're going to build them from the back front. And so with our defensive front, we have some guys that have come in and they are really playing well for us, and it makes the job easier for the backers because if they can stay in their gap and they can eat up blockers and they can, demand a double team or they can get off a block, then the backers are able to flow and read their keys and go make plays. But our defensive line right now is doing very well. You expect them to stop the run. They've been doing a good job of stopping the runs. And then when it's time to go rush the passer, we've been able to get pressure on the quarterback.
Coach Cristobal make sure that this team or all his teams have a great work ethic. Is everybody understanding now offensively and defensively what it takes to become a great football team?
Well, I think that what Coach did is the moment he got here, that was just his whole DNA. Hey, we're going to build toughness. We're going to build toughness. And it started in the off season, then it went to spring practice, then it went over the summer, and now we're in the fall camp. And the message has been very clear, and it has not changed. And I think that that's the reason why the guys understand that, hey, it's going to be tough. We're going to come out here. We're going to work hard. Because the only way you're going to win games, you know, those games that get you into the third and fourth quarter, you got to have something to you, and you got to be able to overcome the obstacles, overcome mistakes, but be tough enough to go fight through it and go win the game.
Coach, you talked about the secondary for a minute. The importance of them being tied into the defense, but really they've got to tackle too. We know the defensive front and the linebackers, but those guys are involved in it as well.
Well, one thing that we have talked about, you know, as a staff and even with our defense is tackling. And we want to improve from last season because when you're able to tackle, you can always go play another down. But you don't want to give up the big plays. A lot of big plays are given up because of poor tackling, you know, just angles to the ball, getting guys on the ground. And so that's been a really big focus for us. And we try to start each and every day with a tackling period, where it's all about, you know, us wrapping up, you know, shooting your hands, but it's kissing the football. But it's all about, you know, getting the guy tackling and teaching them how to tackle.
Coach, we're glad to see you with that U on. We've seen you quite a few times with some other emblem quite a few times. We're glad you're here at the University of Miami, and thanks for your time.
Oh, it's been great, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Don.
Thanks.
We're all button pushers, double tappers, swipers, and now used car buyers. Go to AutoNation.com today. You'll see thousands of one-price pre-owned vehicles online right now. All your favorite makes and models, all quality inspected, all priced to sell with no hassles. Plus, we'll even pay top dollar for your car. Go to the AutoNation store near you or AutoNation.com. What drives you drives us. AutoNation.
We're now joined by last year's leading tackler with 60, also 7 tackles for losses. Linebacker Corey Flagg is with us. Corey, thank you for being with us. Let's start with this. Training camp is coming to a close. What's your assessment of training camp?
Oh man, it's exactly because Cristobal sat down and told each and every one of us in our meetings when he came here, our individual meetings. He told us he was gonna put the gas, the pedal to the metal, and we'll be in full throttle. And he hasn't stopped. He hasn't let up. And the coaching staff has been phenomenal. Coach Steele, Coach Strong, they're on us every day, man, just getting us better. You know, those guys have been coached for over 40 years, man, and so they know their stuff. So, man, the pedal has been to the metal, man, and it's full go, full tilt every day.
What's been the best part of training camp for you?
The best part of training camp is seeing my game. I can see my game been taken to the next level. I can see my game getting better, you know, day in and day out. You know, coming from spring to fall camp, I can see my game changing. You know, like I just said, taking nuggets from Coach Steele and Coach Strong, man, you know, those guys are phenomenal, you know. Just them coaching me up and just get me better and get me where I want to be.
With Coach Strong, what kind of impact has he had on your play?
Man, he has had a lot of impact on my play, man. He's really enforced me on using my hands, on shuffling. Just he sees something in me that I didn't really see in myself, and again, he's just taking my game to another level, a level that I haven't even unlocked yet. So I'm excited to see.
I was watching you the other day with Coach Strong giving you some instruction. I thought to myself, I bet you Coach Strong likes this a lot because Corey Flagg pays attention to detail.
Yes,
Now, our
sir.
audience should know you spend a lot of time watching film.
Yeah.
You pay attention to all the little details.
Yeah, sir, I do. You know, my dad, my pops, he raised me Corey Flagg, so he raised me that way. That's all that we do, man. We watch tape all the time. Instead of watching cartoons and stuff as a kid, we just watch tape, you know. So that's something I fell in love with, something I do. It's free, you know. It's something that you can just watch, you know, and you get better. It's free film, you know. So I always watch it. I'm a film junkie. I love that, and everything Coach Strong, Coach Steele say, man, I'll be a fool to not listen to it. You know, coming from those guys, their resume speaks for itself. So I know they're coaching me hard and they're getting me somewhere that, you know, I dream to be and I want to be. So,
You know, going back to your high school days, you MVP in the state championship, right?
Correct.
State championship game in Texas.
Yes, sir.
You made some big plays here at the right time. Have you always been a guy that's had a nose for the ball or a nose for the right time to make a big play?
I feel like when the moment comes, you know, I accept the opportunity. You know, I face it face on. I take it face on. You know, that's how I was raised, man. Gritty. I don't back down from it. I don't back down from competition, and I accept the challenge. I love the goosebumps and the bubbles in my stomach. I love that feeling. It's telling. I tell myself it's go time. So I love that the 4th down stop, the goal line stance. I live for that thing, man, and that's just something that I was raised up on and I was built up on the east side of North Shore. That's something that my high school coach installed in me, and that's something that I live for.
You and Wayne Mine have been holding the fort down at linebacker,
Yep.
despite a lot of competition and great competition. Let's talk about the competition for a moment, then I want to jump to the defensive line.
Okay, yeah, man, we have a lot of competition in that room. Caleb came in, he came in from UCLA, man. He's a great addition, great kid, man, great guy. He listens. I've been helping him a lot with the MAC position. Man, him go back and forth every day. But it's friendly competition. K4 and Steve, they're going back and forth every day. K4, he's good, man, versatile, fast. And Steve, man, he's been here for a couple of years, and we're all just listening to Coach Strong and taking in everything he gives us, man. He's taking our game to a whole nother level. I just can't wait for you guys to see it. So I'm excited.
Big part of Coach Cristobal's blueprint, physicality up front.
Mm-hmm.
How have those guys on the defensive line in the trenches helped you?
Honestly, man, I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to give everybody my little secret, man. But oh yeah, we got some meat up there, man. If I look down and I see a bunch of thick boys up in front of me, I'm good. I'm in a happy place. So we're good, man. Daryl, that's my personal bodyguard right there, man. Yeah, man. He's a good ad came from Maryland, man. I'm just excited, man. Those guys, Fari, the list can go on, man. I'm excited. I really don't want to say too much, man, because it's going to be a special treat. So.
All right. You did a great job. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it. It's Corey Flagg with us right here on the Miami Hurricanes Camp Report.
Thank you.
To have a truly great career, you need to be with a great company. Now's your chance to go be great at AutoNation. Go to jobs.autonation.com for endless career opportunities. Work at America's largest and most admired automotive retailer that's driving towards $35 million donated to fight cancer. For industry-leading benefits and a great work experience, visit jobs.autonation.com now and go be great.
Great to hear from Coach Strong and Corey Flagg Jr., who, by the way, Corey Flagg Jr. eats iguanas.
He's a middle linebacker. Well, he plays linebacker, inside linebacker. That's what they do. They eat iguanas.
He eats running backs and iguanas.
But the good news is he cooks them. He doesn't eat them raw.
I think he's going to have a good season in the linebackers. A lot of talk about the linebacking play, but there's been really good competition.
There's been good competition, but there's been great coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Charlie Strong as your linebacker coach. He's been in college football for a long, long time. Had been a head coach, been a defensive coordinator, has had great success, and he has the respect of his group and this defense.
Okay, we are getting closer to opening day. Miami and Bethune-Cookman at Hard Rock Stadium on September 3rd at 3:30. For Don Bailey Jr., I'm Joe Zagacki. Thanks for joining us on our Miami Hurricanes Camp Report.